I wish it were cooler already. This is abnormally hot for September.
Well, California's Death Valley could see its hottest September on record. The temperature is already hitting above 50 degrees. Look at that. The entire state and a big part of the western U.S. is dealing with a sweltering heat wave. And California remains under a state of emergency because of the extreme conditions. Steve Fetterman joins me now from Los Angeles. Steve, thank you so much for joining us bright and early. What impact is this heat wave having on the state's power grid?
Well, I'll point out, by the way, it's bright and early, but it's still very warm here. In Death Valley, you were talking about the temperature there. The overnight temperatures are above 32, above 90 degrees. So it's just hot 24 hours a day in some of these areas. But the power grid obviously is very much under strain right now. Californians are being urged to use less power. They've put into effect what they call a flex Power Flex series right now. That basically means people are being asked, they're not being told not to use equipment like washers, dryers, lower the use of the air conditioner from around 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those are the peak hours. Now, if this doesn't work, we could be in a situation where we have basically rolling blackouts. That has not happened since 2020. So you're being hit both ways. It's uncomfortable, but if you're indoors, raise the thermostat to 78 Fahrenheit, they say. That's around 27 degrees Celsius. So it's just a very, very difficult situation. There's just too much usage of electricity right now. And even people who use electric cars, you know, Teslas, the other cars, which of course are supposed to help us in the future deal with fossil fuels, it's not really helpful right now because even that is a strain on the power grid. Even the owners of these cars are being urged, don't recharge between that 4 p.m., 9 p.m. hour right now. So it's a big strain on the power grid. We have a regulatory agency called the California ISO, and they are basically monitoring things to make sure California does not run out of power, and they will put the rolling blackouts in effect if we reach that situation.
And Steve, wildfires, of course, are always a big concern in California. I have to think even more so right now with the hot weather conditions. So do you have any update for us on that situation?
Absolutely, Hillary. You know, it's sort of a vicious circle. You have a situation where you have a drought right now. The drought is really reducing water. That lowers the hydroelectric power we get sometimes from rivers, from lakes. So that's reducing some of the power. And obviously the drought promotes fires. And obviously when you have temperatures like this, fires can just start out of the blue. The way it's combustible, the dry brush is so combustible. So it's basically a vicious circle right now. And when you have the fires, you also have some power supply, some generating plants that have to be closed down. So there's really it's a lose-lose situation right now. We're just hoping we can get through next week. Next Wednesday is the cutoff date, but it's going to be very miserable. Temperatures in the 30s, 40s, and even 50s at some point till next Wednesday.
Okay, a lose-lose situation, but Steve, we are definitely appreciative of the update. Stay cool out there.